Joey Hudson and I had quite the experience last night trying to traverse the roads of Washington, D.C. Joey, of course, is our frequent guest host and my dear friend. And Joey and his wife Peg are here. She looked beautiful last night in the balls. I posted a bunch of pictures on X. I think Tracy is posting a lot of our pictures on MikeOnline.com. So we're all up to date there. And Joey joins me in studio because, Joey, the whole plan was you were going to be at the ceremony outside. You were all ready to go with your electric vest with the heat probes and the heat warmer gloves. It got moved inside. So you're like a man without a country. Where do you go now on Inauguration Day since nobody's allowed to be at the ceremony? And of course, we weren't fortunate enough to be the smaller group that would be inside the Capitol Rotunda. I didn't bring you all the way here for nothing.
I can't imagine that the crowd has been reduced to just over 600 from, what was it, like 280,000, and we weren't included. But, we're going to make the best of it, and I'm going to be out talking with people out around the mall, around the Capitol, where we should have been, bringing some reports and just getting a response of, there was disappointment when we learned that we would not be outside. As you have mentioned earlier, I think it probably had more to do with security necessarily than the weather. But right. We're going to make the best of it because, as we saw last night with people around the balls, there's just a sense of hope of the new America that we're going to see. And it's going to start right after noon today.
Right now, the University of Nebraska Choir is performing inside the Capitol Rotunda. Of course, all the seats have been put in place. It's going to be a much smaller gathering, and the swearing in is going to take place inside the Capitol Rotunda. And guys, can we listen to this at all, Christian? Are we able to hear in on our feed? Because this is our first inauguration with our new team. But it'd be kind of fun if music lover that I am, I kind of love to be able to hear the Nebraska Choir. Let's listen in. This is inside the Capitol Rotunda. Wow. Chills, the Nebraska Choir inside the Capitol Rotunda as we continue our inauguration coverage. Joey Hudson with me here in our SNC studios in our nation's capital. Joey, you've been coming to Washington, D.C. for years. I've been here a lot, been through lots of metal detectors. We've had a lot of course, security procedures. Never seen anything like this one. Have you?
Have not. There's reportedly 30 miles of 7-foot tall fencing all around the city. And of course, you and I found out, along with Peg and our boss, Phil Boyce, last night, it's not easy getting around D.C. these days. I think we tried everything but a train last night to get over to a couple of the balls. But yeah, security Joey, is crazy.
Joey, I got to tell the pedicab story.
I knew you would.
You knew I couldn't let that one go. So we're at the South Carolina Ball, which was a great, beautiful ball. I mean, it was in the Smithsonian at the Portrait Gallery. Again, I posted a lot of pictures and videos on our YouTube channel and on X and on Rumble and Truth Social and all over the place. Tracy's been scrambling to make sure everything is posted in all the right places. But you can't take a car. There's no Uber that can get you from the Smithsonian to the Salamander Hotel, because all the roads are closed to vehicles. And again, Joey, I've never seen that. Even in New York City, when the UN is in a session and all that, and there's high security events when the president might visit Manhattan, they still keep the roads open. They might block roads for the motorcade, but they don't shut the whole city down. Understand, they've got the whole area around the White House and all of K Street, G Street, F Street. We saw all the alphabet streets last night because we were walking. Well, then we flagged down a couple of pedicabs. Now, to people who don't know what a pedicab is, that is when a guy, generally from a foreign country, is pedaling like a bicycle with a cab for two. And there were two of them, empty. So I got the bright idea that we should get into two of those and take those to the Salamander Hotel. Did you have any idea what they were going to charge us when we got to the hotel, Joey Hudson?
I had no idea, and you know me, had I known, I would have continued to walk.
You would have crawled. You would have crawled on
Yes,
your belly
I
the
would.
2 miles. The last I heard, you were arguing with, Rashi or whatever his name was, because he wanted a tip on top of the, wait for it,
Are we really going to say this?
$740 for the 2 pedicabs to go. What do you think? About a mile and a half?
1.2 miles. I checked it.
I'll bet you did. I'll bet you did. Now, who's going to put this on the sale and expense report? You or me?
Well, our boss was in there with us, so I think it's a legitimate expense, right?
He was there.
Yes.
But his last words were, "Don't you dare turn this in because they'll kill us. They'll kill us all." All right. Well, I don't like you in the studio here with me in D.C. I think you got to go out and about, don't you? I mean, it's cold. Not that cold, but it's.
I have my heavy jacket ready. Nana Hudson made sure I bring my cap and my gloves.
Where's your scarf? You got your scarf?
I've got my scarf.
All right.
So
you got the scarf.
I'm ready to hit the field.
Because that was part of the problem last night when we were trying to get from point A to point B. I bought the last overcoat in the state of Florida, and it's about the thickness of a windbreaker. I thought it would be cute to get a red MAGA scarf. That was about the size of a piece of like a Kleenex. So I've got no warmth at all last night. If I don't can you get triple pneumonia? Can you get triple pneumonia or is it just double pneumonia?
I think you've experienced double pneumonia.
I'm going to get triple.
I don't know if you can get triple, but hey, who knows?
I'm going to get quadruple pneumonia.
You've done other things that people said you couldn't do. So.
You got that right.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's send you out and about, Joey. You head out there and talk to the people and check in, and let's talk to some happy, jubilant revelers for today's inauguration.
I'll be reporting in soon.
Thanks, Joey. Joey Hudson joining us here in Washington, D.C.
Mike Gallagher.
Members of the incoming president, the president-elect's cabinet are filing into the Capitol Rotunda right now. There's Robert F. Kennedy Jr. There's Pete Hegseth. You know, it's funny watching the video stream, as I know you are on Salem News Channel, and we're streaming live today on X. Do we have 1,000 people yet? I think we're going to get over 1,000 people viewing on X for the first time. We've never done this before. This is me plunging into the world of digital media, and we're streaming today on X. You can follow me at Gallagher Show. Just click on the live button there, and you can view the show, as well as all the other platforms, Roku and Pluto and Samsung Plus TV. We're everywhere, and we appreciate that. MikeOnline.com if you want a list of where we are. But I'll bet we'll crack 1,000 people or so for the first time we've streamed on X. But as we're watching all of these politicians stream into the Capitol Rotunda, the Republicans are grinning from ear to ear. The Democrats all look constipated. None of them are smiling. But the Republicans, nothing but grins all around. Wonder if Joey Hudson is grinning. It's cold out there. He's bundled up. He's outside the Capitol. Let's go to our correspondent at large and frequent guest host for the Mike Gallagher Show. Look at you. You got the ski cap on, the scarf. I hate it for you out there staying cold while I'm in here in this nice, warm, toasty studio, Joey.
Yeah, sarcasm in your voice there, Mike Gallagher. I know that you don't hate being back in the nice, cozy studio there, but hey, it is great out here. I don't know if you can see over my shoulder there. There's the Capitol.
We can.
I'm on Capitol Street here. We just saw the U.S. Army band come through the gate behind me. Of course, the gate behind me is about 2 blocks away from the Capitol. There are people gathered all around. We're told there are 30 miles of this 7-foot fence around the Capitol today. Of course, the president's motorcade will enter off of Pennsylvania Avenue, but a lot of exciting people here just want to try to get as close as they can to be able to get a glimpse of the soon-to-be President Donald Trump.
That's interesting, too, because I'll bet these are a lot of people who are behind you that we can see who traveled to go to the mall and watch the inauguration. And now, of course, since the ceremony was moved into the rotunda, they're not able to participate.
That's right. A lot of these people had tickets, and they would have been entering these gates to get to their either standing area or seated area. Now they're just making the best of it, trying to find the best place that they can see through the fence to try to get a glimpse of the motorcade or whatever. A lot of activity. This is actually the gate that goes in and out of the Capitol, and a lot of service folks coming in and out of here. As I mentioned, the bands coming in and out, but a lot of activity here. But, people aren't really concerned. They're disappointed that they're not able to sit in their seats or stand in their designated areas. But they're more excited about the fact that in just a few minutes, Donald Trump is going to be our president again.
Gosh, just saying those words, Joey, gives me chills. And I have to say, on a personal note, to be in our nation's capital with you and your wife, Peg, my friends for many, many years, decades, it means the world to me. So nice to see you out there all bundled up. And again, I'm suffering here in this warm, toasty studio, so please don't get frostbite, but we'll check in with you again, my friend.
Sure thing.
Joey Hudson, outside the Capitol in our nation's in Washington, D.C.